Welcome to BizCube's weekly online training series. Today's topic is on how to forecast using PDI Analytic query and Denormaliser Step, presented by Aksha Kurtarkar. A software engineer and MBA by training, Aksha works with customers to elicit, formulate, and document their business requirements into specifications. She's adept at analysing client data and building ETL transformations using the Pentaho BI Analyzer visualization tools. Her skills and knowledge of the Pentaho tools are also applied to supporting customers with technical cases. Aksha is a certified BI specialist. Aksha holds a Master of Business Administration in IT from the University of Technology, Sydney, and a Bachelor of Engineering in Information Technology. Today's topic will cover use case, step-by-step instructions, and Q&A. Please remember to mute your microphones. You can use the WebEx chat feature to ask questions at any time, post questions to BizCube hosts, and our presenter will be answering questions after the presentation. Now over to you, Aksha.
Hi guys. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to do forecasting based on making use of Analytic query step and also Denormaliser step. Before I start, let me tell you that I've just what version of PDI I'm using. I'm making use of 4.40. Okay. I've basically got certain data from online from a website, and the data basically looks like something like this. It's actually got I've actually got the data from family and community services, and I'm basically making use of this particular spreadsheet. I have manipulated it a little bit, and the spreadsheet that I am making use of looks like this. Okay, where you can see that the initial spreadsheet did have columns, blank columns, and I've removed them. Okay, moving on to PDI. What you can actually see here is an ETL, which is actually pulling the data from the spreadsheet which I just showed you. From the spreadsheet what I just showed you, we're going to be pulling data from the second the second row. Hence, in this particular step, we have specified which start row to pull the data from. The other step, the other tab wherein fields are specified, I've specified the header columns. So moving on to the other steps. So what you see, let's see what you actually see here. The data that is being pulled through is something like this. When you see March 90 or June 90 or September 90 is actually a column, and you don't want and you want to see the data in a different way, wherein you want to denormalize the data and pull March 90 or June 90 to onto a row level. So to do that, I actually made use of a denormalizer step, wherein I actually specified what is the field name, what is the type, and the rent. And the new field will be of type rent. The type will be considered as a date. Hence, I specify the type field as date. So when I execute this, what I actually see, let me just deactivate this hop. What you'll actually see here, if I just preview the data here, you'll actually see that we have Greater Sydney March 90 as the date. It's the type field, and we have the rent, which is 170, which is basically under this particular column. Okay. I've also done string cut, wherein the date field I've specified from 0 to the third character is the month, while from the date field the year is the fourth character to the sixth. Okay. Moving on, what you'll actually see is that the source value, that is the year that I get, is 90 or 91, and I want to map it to something else as 1990. So I've basically specified all the years here, and I'm mapping it accordingly. So if it's 13, then I'm mapping it to 2013. So I actually get the year value here. Let me just, okay. So what you will see is that you're getting the year value as 1990, or instead of 90, or 1993, sorry, number 1993 would be mapped as 1993. Okay. Again, I'm doing a value mapper. I'm trying to create another field, the month number, but just by looking at the source value. The reason why I'm making use of this is because I wanted to sort the rows based on the year and the month and the region name. Hence, I'm creating an additional month number here, month number field here, and I'm mapping it based on the source value that I've just provided. Okay. Okay. What you'll also see, the reason why I'm okay, so I haven't told you actually what I'm trying to do here. I'm actually trying to do so the topic name was forecasting. So how am I going to actually try forecasting? The only way I'm actually making use of a moving month, 3-month moving average. So in this case, I'm going to make use of 3-quarter moving average and calculate or predict what would be the rent for 2013 June, in terms of the data that we have. Okay. So the final output, I haven't actually shown you how the output would look like. And then, so let me just take the opportunity to show you how the output would look like. The output would look like something like this, wherein we don't have June 2013 data, and I'm actually predicting it. So the PDI is the ETL is actually creating or making a certain calculation in order to predict that June 2013 value. So I'm going to do that by making use of the various steps that I've just described, but I'm going to explain to you how I've done that. So I'm just showing you how the data would look like. Is that it's been predicted that Vyong will have in 2013 June 333 as the rent. Okay. So let's move back again to this. So we basically have all the months data, all the region names, and all the years data. And that's still only March 2013, but we don't have the June 2013 data. So we're doing all the calculations to predict the June 2013 data here. Okay. So in order to add an additional row, that is June 2013, I'm making use of generate row step, wherein I'm specifying the date will be this, the year will be 2013, month will be June, month number 06, and the rent will be 0 at present. And then we'll replace, we'll calculate the moving average for that. Okay. So the output here, what you'll see, I'm doing a group by region name. So I just want to get all the regions name and do a Cartesian product to do a Cartesian product to it, so that all June 2013 rows are additional rows are created. So the output of what you'll see here is something like this. Okay, so what you'll see here is that the additional rows are being created, and then it's actually being it will be appended to the main output stream which you are getting from the spreadsheet. Okay, so it's as I discussed, it will be outputted, it will be appended to this particular stream, wherein this is the main stream, and the other one, which I've just shown you, is the other stream. Okay, now we wanted that so that we have the row before the analytic query, so that the three quarter moving average can be calculated. Okay, before the analytic query, we have to sort the data. I'm sorting it by region, year, and month. Okay, and this is the magic step wherein you actually get the previous quarter value, the quarter before that, and the quarter before that value. So I'm actually specifying which quarter values I require in that particular row, and I'm grouping it by region. Okay, and as you had previously seen, I'm sorting it by region, year, and month number. Okay, let's preview this data and see how it looks like. Just ignore this year, but what you'll see is that you're actually seeing the previous rent as 160. So if you see this December, what you're seeing is 165 is the previous rent, 160 is the previous rent, and again 160 is the previous to that. Again, if you see here, 160, 160, and 165 should be the previous values. So this is actually the magic step which actually lets you pull through data from the previous rows to actually calculate moving average. Okay. In the filter row step, what you can do is that only calculate the moving average if all of these are not null, then only calculate the moving average. Okay, or else just add a constant wherein it's null if it is like if none of the values are being populated, or at least one of them is not populated, then do not calculate the moving average. Okay, how we calculate the moving average is sum wherein we add all the previous rent, the previous two rent, and the previous three rent. Okay, the constant is 3 because we'll be it's the 3/4 moving average, and then we then divided by the constant. So what you'll basically see here is the moving average being calculated.
And what about locally? How does that actually work?
Okay, what you'll see here is the moving average being calculated here. Okay, and if you run this, final output would look like something like this, wherein you will see, if you just want to see, let's filter it, and you just want to see Asheville's data or Sydney's data. Okay, and you want to see what would be the predicted rent for June 2013. So it's 413 and it's predicted to be 572 for Sydney. Okay, so this is how in a simple way you can calculate moving average. I've taken a couple of easy steps wherein I've explicitly specified the year, the month. In terms of this is just a case to show how you can calculate moving averages, as in how you can do forecasting calculation using PDI. Okay, Thank you for attending my webinar series. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot them.